What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the 182 News YouTube page. Appreciate you checking out this video. Today, let's talk about the brand new blink-182 song, Dance With Me. This is like Christmas in October. We were edging forever with just one song, and here we are with three in the past week and a half. It's unreal. And on top of that, the new album, One More Time, is dropping in 15 days. I mean, this is just such an exciting time to be a Blink-182 fan. So yeah, I didn't know if we were going to get another song before the album, and I was stoked to hear that we were. Not only a new song, we got a new music video that premiered earlier this morning, and I was stoked just to hear what these dudes sound like. That's one of my takeaways on all of this is, are they going to pick up where Dogs Eating Dogs left off? Is it going to be, fresh new Blink? Is it going to be a combo of Lifeforms and Nine or whatever? And honestly, everything thus far is just blowing me away. It's just such a perfect blend of all of these dudes in 2023. And I think really the only way that I can explain it is it just sounds like Blink in 2023. Like, it's so fresh, it's super progressive, but it's still very much Blink. And I was curious to hear what this song was going to sound like, because we've seen extreme versatility with edging to One More Time to More Than You Know, which they've played live now a couple times, by the way, which is sick. So, getting another fourth song before the album, I was curious if this was going to be different than the others, and I think it is. So this song kicks off with a bit of a joke from Tom in true Blink-182 fashion. And one of the things that's interesting to me when I was looking at this is this song is second on the album. So it'll come after the opener, which is Anthem 3. And Blink is known for banger openers, so I can't wait to hear that. And then I'm assuming that one's going to live up to the name. So we'll get that banger, and then it's going to roll into this joke, and then it's going to go straight into that gnarly little Tom hammer-on riff that's going on there. That riff was teased on the Blink-182 stall, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And of all the ones that were teased, this is the one that really raised my eyebrows, like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on there? There's some nice Tom riffage that us Blink fans, us Tom fans just love to hear. And I was wondering, what song is that from? Today we got the answer to that. So that riff kicks in, it's gnarly. I mean, even going back to like an Eminem's or a Natives, or for Angels and Airwaves fans, Young London, like when you hear Tom doing that hammer on up and down, I just call it like Tom noodling. It's kind of that thunderstruck style. It's just sick. And so when I heard that, I'm like, okay, here we go. And I'm curious on all of this stuff, who's taking the verses, who's taking the choruses. And right after that drops off, Mark comes in with just a gnarly bass. The tone on that is just insane. It's so killer. And Tom comes in, and I love that juxtaposition right there where it's kind of like deep, dark, gritty Mark bass line, and Tom comes in, and it's not just Tom, it's like angsty punk Tom, like 2023 punk Tom. It's like a higher voice, certainly some edge to it, and it's one of those things I'm like, oh my gosh, like Tom is back, and he is back with a bang, no doubt about it. I just picture him like with his nose kind of like perked up, like spitting those lines, just so gnarly. So Tom spits those, and then we get to a pre-chorus where Mark takes over. And those drums, when they kick in, it's like, I was making a note, I'm like, it's thunderous. It's like those drums just come in with such a bang, and then Mark spits that pre-chorus. Like those, I think it's 4 lines right there, are just so gnarly, and then that chorus kicks in, and it's just explosive. And the first time that I heard that, it struck a memory in my mind of when Tom discussed how Blink was basically nursery rhymes on meth. That's Tom's words, not mine. But the way he explained kind of their catchiness and how they would write is basically a nursery rhyme on meth. And when I listened to this chorus, I'm thinking, gosh, that's catchy. And it's simple, but it's so effective. And when I was listening to it for the first time, second time, I'm thinking, a lot of people are going to know these words very quickly. I can picture like arenas singing this. I can picture a bar, just everybody in the bar busting out to this and raising a glass. I don't know. It just seems like super mass appeal and catchy and simple, but effective enough to where everybody's going to love it. I mean, it's just that catchy. After that, going into the second verse, I love how the instruments drop off for a second, lyrics kick in, and then the instruments kick back in. I like that sudden little pause right there. It's pretty sick. Going back into the pre-chorus, which rips, into the explosive chorus. And then something that I've been very curious about with this era are the bridges. So going back to Neighborhoods, Dogs Eating Dogs, most of the bridges were really instrumental breakdowns. And that's something that with California through 9, Blink took their bridges to a whole new level. Like the bridges are so good in that era. So I've been curious to hear what these bridges are going to sound like. And this one, it starts off with kind of a riff, like more of a riffy solo type of feel. So I was thinking, okay, we're going to get that instrumental breakdown. And I'll tell you, when that kicked in, it kind of reminded me of Asthenia. That last part of Asthenia on the bridge there. I don't know why. I had to listen to it a couple times. I'm like, gosh, that's kind of giving me Asthenia vibes. And I'm all here for those vibes for sure. And then what's rad is it goes into kind of a mellow mark coming in with, the Dance With Me. I'm not even going to try to attempt it, but it goes through that twice and then it just builds up perfectly and then takes off right again. So, I mean, it's just such a well-crafted song, to be honest. Going out of that, there's a true outro on it. Even the words are different. Lyrically, it closes out the song. I mean, it's just killer. My thoughts on it right away are like, this is big. Like, this is a big song. It's going to be super catchy. It's so fresh. It's Blink in 2023. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. So I think this album is really shaping up to just be amazing. I've said before on some of my podcasts, with 17 songs, I mean, I feel like it's going to cross all the bases, all the check boxes on versatility from, as we've already seen, slow songs to bangers to punk to angst. I mean, I think it's going to be sick, and it's only days away. So yeah, I mean, 4 new songs, but we still have quite a few more to listen to and be excited for. Cannot wait for the new album to drop. So let me know your thoughts on the new song below. I mean, I listened to it once along with the video. The video was really cool. I should touch on that a little bit. The Ramones theme, I thought it was cool to see the dudes just out having a good time. It just takes me back to almost, and I guess the song kind of does too, where it's almost like first date vibes in that it's simple, but it's so catchy and the dudes are just having like such a good time in the video. I guess it just kind of gives me those vibes. But I'm curious what your thoughts are on it. I watched the video, really enjoyed it. And then when I put my AirPod Pros on and was listening to it, I mean, I was just blown away. Like, I have been listening to this song on repeat all day. Honestly, I've probably listened to it more already than I have One More Time. Although I can listen to One More Time now without crying, so that's good. But yeah, it's growing on me more and more with every listen. I think front to back, it's just a killer blink-182 song. And it's one that I think people are just going to love for years and years and years, to be honest with you. So yeah, One More Time, new album, dropping very soon. I'm sure I'll have a podcast out about that, maybe, just maybe, as well as some more videos of the breakdowns of the songs and kind of my interpretations and how they make me feel, all that good stuff. So anyways, talk soon. Huge shout out to Travis and Aaron Rubin, who are crushing the production on these. I mean, it's unreal. They sound so good. Listen to it loud. Rad time to be a Blink-182 fan. See ya.